welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shelmith Mukami, but my friends call me Shelly, so subscribe in case you haven't. So today, as the title suggests, I am finally talking about my piercings. It's been long overdue. You guys have said I talk about my piercings, mumeongea. Finally, nimewasikia sasa. So how many piercings do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my ears, and then I have 2 septums. Are we counting together? Yeah, 2 septums, so those are 7. I have a smiley, 8, 2 tongue rings, 10, and other places that I will not mention. Anyway, you guys have even seen a picture on Instagram of my top. So obviously, you know, I have a nipple piercing on both nipples, of course. I don't understand those people who get a piercing on one nipple. Like, kwani unakuanga na nipple moja? I don't get it. I used to have okay, let me just tell the story of how everything happened. So growing up, my dad was those strict parents. Like, he was strict. Like, he was those parents for, no sleepovers. You can't even have friends over. Like, you can't have friends over in the house. We didn't even have ear piercings as kids, like my sister and I. So when I joined Juja, I was in high school, my friends kept telling me, "Hey Shelly, you're a chicken. Oh, you don't even have an ear piercing. We dare you to get a tongue ring. The next time you come to school, like mufunge shule, like mkifungu uko na tongue ring, or else you'll give us 20 G's. Hey, 20 G's as a high schooler unatoa wapi? Unapeonga like a pocket money kathao, and then you're asking me to give you 20 G's. So me and my friend called Mark, shout out to you, Mark. Hey, so we decided to get tongue piercings. So you had to go around to go like in high school. So me and Mark one day tukaenda in city. Was it in city? I don't even remember where it was. My very first piercing. Mind you, I didn't even have ear piercings. Tukaenda, we got our tongue piercings. The next time tunafungwa shule, guys are like, "Oh my god, you actually did it." So I was the only person in that school who had a piercing, me and Mark. I remember very well. Mark was the only guy who had a piercing, and then I was the only girl who had a piercing for like the longest time. Baka, it got me into trouble because I was a prefect and I was in the CU. So like teachers were like, toa your kitu. Me, I was like, I'm not removing it. I lied to them, it's like permanent, like it can never come out. So now when I finished high school, I met this guy who used to do piercings. I won't mention his name. And I had a crush on him. So every time I'd leave school, uni, I'd go to the parlor to hang out with him and another friend of mine called She. So me and She used to chill there. Me used to jifanya, I've gone to see She. So yeah, I've gone to see that. Hey, Maze, being a teenager is hard. So yeah, I've gone to see that guy who does piercings. So he used to have so many piercings. So I think I kind of got the influence from him. So at that time is when now everyone in Nairobi, every girl in Nairobi had a tongue piercing. I was like, hey, no, me wanna be different. Yeah, Shelly wants to be different. So I asked him, is it possible to get a second tongue ring? He was like, yeah, it's possible. So I got a second tongue ring, hence the 2 tongue rings. Okay, tuko pamoja. So now the next time I got a piercing was my first septum ring. I was in uni. There's this friend of mine called Gloria. She was from Rwanda. She had 1 septum. I was like, oh, that's a cool piercing. So I went back to this guy. I was like, hey, me want a nose ring, but I don't want my mom to find out about my nose ring because she's gonna kill me. My mom was strict. Kitambo. Now she's kind of liberal. She's actually very liberal. But Kitambo, she was very strict. So I told him, what piercing can I get that my parents won't know about? So he was like, there's a way you can get a septum piercing and you can hide it. I was like, show me. I don't have videos of these piercings and ningeonesha how painful it was, but I'll check my drive. If in case I don't get it, I won't insert it, but if I get it, I will insert the clip. So there's a way you can get a piercing. Let me just demonstrate. Move closer. Let me get personal. Hey, that's cute. There's a way you can put back your piercing. Let me just show you. You see, I put back 1. So it's only 1 remaining. Then I can put back the other. So you can't really tell I have a piercing. So I got the first septum ring. So then I asked him, hey, I feel like I want to be that girl who has two piercings. So I got the second septum ring. So I had two, which, like, if you notice, they form a really cute pattern. So it looks like it's those fake rings that you stick on, but it's actually two piercings. So now I was like, whoo, this piercing life is interesting. Wait. So I asked him, which other piercing can I get? Because now I was getting like addicted to piercings. Like I feel like I got these piercings in a span of like 3 months. Zikifuatana. So I got the smiley. And actually the smiley was a very random piercing. I don't know. My friend, she had it. So, you know, not my influence. So I got it from she. So let me tell you, the tongue ring, the first one was not so painful, but the second one was very painful. And like my tongue became so swollen, because the first one, mine didn't swell, but my cousin Tanya's swole. Is that a word like swell? Yeah, cousin yangu ili swell, but mine, the first one didn't swell. But the second one, ili swell vibaya sana. And even like if you don't notice, like my I have like a heavy tongue, but it's not a heavy tongue because like it changed a lot. Like when you get a second tongue ring, I always tell people who want to get a second tongue ring, it messes up with how you speak. Because now, I don't know, it just messes up with how you speak. And the septum was quite painful. My God. Oh my God, it was painful. It was really, really painful. So yeah, so I got the smiley. The smiley, on a scale of 1 to 10, a smiley piercing is like 1 out of 10 painful. It's not painful at all. It's just very weird. It's like, ugh, so weird. It's on this kanyama over here up. That's how you get the the smiley piercing. And then my nipple piercings were a very interesting story. I got them first, I think 4 years ago or 5 years ago. And then they took so long to heal. They were just having so many complications, so they rejected. What it means to reject is when a piercing does not agree with your body, so it falls out on its own. That's what happened to my nipple piercings. And then the reason is I had a loop piercing like this on my septum, as opposed to a straight piercing. So I think that's why it rejected, because it was trying to figure out what the hell is happening. So it rejected. And then also my ex at the time, my boyfriend at the time, didn't like the piercing. Speaking of that boyfriend, that ex, anyway. So yeah, so when my ex and I broke up, I got it again because, you know, I was new in the market. Yeah. That's such a weird statement to say, but I got it back and I got a straight one instead, and it healed perfectly. My babies are flourishing, they're cute and everything. It's a very cute piercing. It's extremely painful. It's painful, like your whole body becomes numb because it's like so painful. Like unashinanga tu umetembea hivi and you just rather wear a bra because it's really, really painful. But I really like them, and I think piercings are a form of art. As much as the people who have piercings were really judged, but it's a form of art. It's the same way as someone getting a tattoo and stuff. It's just a form of expressing themselves. Don't judge people who have piercings. You know, sometimes we have so much going on, we look for a way to feel that pain. And you know the thing that says, like, if you're going through something, embrace that pain. I think with piercings, when you embrace that pain, you feel better. You can't understand it unless you have piercings. If you have piercings and you can relate, please comment down below. And then now I got my belly piercing, which also rejected. But I always like to people nilitoa, but it rejected. A girl has a tummy. So I feel like that's the reason why it rejected. But I know people who also have a tummy, but it's still there. But yeah, I don't think I can get the belly piercing. It was really hard to heal, and I honestly didn't like it. It actually even left a scar. So I remember the first piercing I got, which was my tongue ring. When I came home, my mom saw it. I don't know why she didn't even ask me about it. I think she was like, nini ni yoko mdomo. And then, you know, the way you like ignore parents, I was like, mom, nini, what? I jifanya to do whatever I was doing. Yeah, me, I pretended like she hasn't asked that question. The next time she saw it, she was like, nini niyo, umetoboa ulimi. She was pissed. Ati umetoboa ulimi. Hapana, that is not acceptable. Me, I was like, hey mom, I can't remove it right now. You know, it has to heal. It has to heal in like 2 months. That's when I'll remove it. Akasema sawa. Bora tu in 2 months you remove it. 2 months squisha. She kept telling me every single day for like a period of like a month. Abutoa hiyo kitu kwa mdomo. Ati what will your aunties think? What will Shosho think? Hey? I ignored, but then let me tell you, I ignored her, mom. I'm so sorry, but I really, like, I was trying to tell her that I just like piercings. It's just a phase. It's gonna end. Yeah, but I think she finally got used to it. My dad has never asked me about my piercings. I think it's because me and my dad, we have a very interesting relationship where he doesn't ask me things like, he doesn't ask me things. These days we are tumekuja tukaanza kuwa my friends, like we talk about like different things about how I'm influencing a branch, such things. Like he's very fascinated. I think my parents don't really mind piercings. That's what I can say. The only thing my parents like hate is makeup. My parents hate makeup. God. Do you know kwanza these lashes just bug my mother? She's always like, unaenda kupanda matatu na hiyo makeup. Unajua nini na hiyo makeup? Ati abu punguza kidogo. Like if she sees me adding powder, she's like punguza kidogo. I'm like, mama hata sijaongeza kitu. Mamazi. My mom hates makeup. My God, my mom hates makeup. And I always tell her, mom, this is my line of work. Like, how can you tell me to stop doing? Mi noja kuna siku niliambiwa embo apakangi makeup. Huh? I was like, me and my cousin called Ashley, we were like, ati embo apakangi makeup? How? Why? So yeah, I think my parents didn't have a problem. I think I'm really, really glad that they didn't have a problem. It was just very fascinating that Yani, like I just switched up and just started doing piercings. So this nice young girl, you know, because you know the way I was in like a public school in Embu. Yeah, I joined Georgia. I think things happened. But yeah, that's what happened. That was the reaction that my parents gave me. I think my friends were very fascinated. My aunties, my cousins were like, hey, okay, piercings girl. Even my auntie wanted me to take her for a nose piercing. So let's see how they'll react to these new piercings. My nose one and the Monroe one. I don't think people will see it because it's like a beauty spot. I'll just say I grew a beauty spot overnight. Let's just see how people will react. I'll probably do a reaction video to the piercings. So yeah, those are my piercing stories. But I had a nose ring, but it blocked. But I actually want to re-pierce it again. So I'm gonna insert a clip next to show you guys that process and who I'm gonna go to. Yeah, so I want a nose ring, a loop one, a very cute loop one, and then I want the Monroe piercing done for here. That looks like a beauty spot. I'll get it in black. So I'm really scared for this one because it's a lot of nyama and I'm afraid to like fura. Like I'm afraid my lip is gonna swell, but fingers crossed it won't swell. The aftercare for piercings is pretty simple. Before I used to use sea salt, just buy sea salt from a regular supermarket, put it in warm water, get a cotton bud, dab on the piercing, for the tongue, gargle, for the tongue and the smiley, gargle the warm water, the warm salty water, like twice a day. Don't forget to brush regularly. It's very simple, but aftercare is very important. For the nipples, what did I do? The same salt solution. The sea salt, specifically sea salt, and the warm water, dab. It's very easy. But now for this new piercings, I'm gonna get the saline solution that you buy from the chemist. It's just a saline solution. I will show you when I get it on the next clip. It's 70 bob, I think. So yeah, I'm very scared for this Monroe piercing because I'm so scared, by the way. But let's see how it goes. Hopefully it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be fast. I'm actually going to the guy who did Joanna Kinuthia's piercings. I asked her on Instagram and she was very kind enough to tell me who did her piercings. So let's go. I will tell you the price of the nose one and the Monroe one as soon as I get there. And wish me luck, guys. So let's cut to the next clip.
Somebody's nervous.
So guys, I am about to get a piercing. I'm so nervous. Of course, Judy, you remember her from the vlogs at the beginning. Aja premiere in a very long time, but she's back.
Yes.
She's here for moral support. I'm getting a nose ring in Monroe. I'm so nervous. I'll take you guys through the journey. But fingers crossed.
You'll be fine.
Mbona upimi?
Mimi? Nataka kupigia simu.
Hapo na ya sawa.
Nataka kupimwa. Hapa hakuna VCT.
I think so. Yeah, it's not painful. She's still getting one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I thought it
Just
went
the
the wrong place.
That's what
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Wow.
Really
And then reflex. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, my dear, for a mazuma.
I can't wait to see this one.
Yeah, I'm also waiting for that.
Yeah.
You can bring.
See me shock. It's not painful.
Well, it's not painful, but it's just weird.
Yeah, it's not a good thing to
It's
feel.
a new feeling for me. I need to show you that. Yeah.
Hii ni yako ujue, ikidugwa vibaya ni shauri yako.
Yeah.
It's very pretty, my dear.
Cute.
She has like a nice
She
shape.
looks so nice. Like trust me.
Yeah,
She'd
you want
model
to pierce
for-
her everywhere.
Yeah.
It should look good. Just pierce her everywhere. Janina, hapa simpierce hapa.
Ndio naona hata. Ana karibu
Wala
kuleta
kwa
hiyo.
model wako.
Huyu mwana
Sana.
wala penye tunaelekea.
So now we go here.
Sasa, msema ni sawa tu. Tomorrow, ni sawa tu.
This is a black jacket.
Yeah. It's okay.
Inapeleka miro mimi.
Piercing number
Oh my god, it's so nice. Let me see. So cute. And you have a double ring.
Yeah.
Ukisikia kiatu hiyo, bakitana ya kofi, kunywa dawa ya malaria.
You want it there?
Yeah.
Umeget
You did this already?
Yeah.
Hello.
You missed it.
Yeah. Nataka pa.
Boss man.
Yeah.
Boy, pashiria. Iko juu sana. Iko na
So bring it up.
haifai kubatika mdomo.
Yeah. Actually, yes. There. Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, chini.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Makes sense.
Like when you're not even. This is how
Watu
you look when you're scared.
Oh, yes.
will know right now.
There's a layer forever.
In fact, nose is more painful.
It's done. You're done with the hand.
Johnny, lazima nikuone kwanza.
Hallelujah.
For the camera.
Like a needle.
Yes.
I'm going to get job.
When you don't
Only.
Sidesa kamulika mukiha hapa. Sidesa mukiha.
Is it painful? No. For real?
Hiyo video Instagram ingie. Watu wakidungo.
Oh, she's already done it.
Unajua kama dama?
Oh.
Tulia tu hivyo. Torea tohe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, so cute.
There's a problem. There's something here.
Like, you know, he smiles after. Yeah, after pinching you.
Oh, this is nice.
Sana.
Look at the black.
Ooh, you should see
Guys,
yourself.
my God, it's not painful, but it's just weird.
I know.
Thank you.
Masha nikupatia balo mzuri.
Say hi to the vlog.
Hallelujah. My name is Johnny Mudesani.
This one on a scale of 1 to 10.
Anakapua.
3. This one was painful. A bit.
Wow.